Good evening, whomever, wherever you are on this big planet. This is Dr. Turi from the Arid Zone with another quite interesting video that is going to offer the truth, put it this way, about what's going on with me and coast to coast. Remember, I'm not the one who will bite the hand that feeds me. George and Tom have been really, really close friends for many, many years. But you know what? Shit happen. Put it this way. It's life. Life is a constant process of changes. There is miscommunications. There is ego. There is God knows what in the game. And in this newsletter, I wrote all the detail, the best way of my recollections and exposing the vexing truth. Is this going to hang me with coast to coast? I already said that. You know, as I said, life is all changes. And maybe because of this, maybe I should start my own radio show. So at least I can rely on myself and providing real predictions to the real world out there. All right, so let's start by confirming a few things here that we are all aware of. The police believe that they found the 63 years old remain at the site. Born in 1957, Anthony Quinn Warner has been identified as the Nashville Bomber. And he was born, listen to this, with a negative dragon still in the sign of Scorpio, a sign that rules death and drama. And incidentally, because there are no accidents, he died during one of his 2020 negative personal cosmic birhythm. And this is Chinese to all of you, maybe not to my students who can verify what I'm saying, but that's how it is for now. Okay, while the FBI and the police are looking for the reason of his suicide, I can assure you that he died to punish his family. And while I was very close to contact the FBI like I usually do directly on their website, I'm glad I did not, because I don't need those guys to visit me again. 4 FBI agents in 2 occasions, because I give terrorist attack predictions. It's enough for me. All right. And why would it be certain that this guy wanted to punish his family, you may ask? Well, let me tell you something, my friend. Because one of my good friends named Larry did exactly the same thing on Christmas Day in 2009. He had the same dragon as this poor guy, God bless his soul. And he wanted his entire family and all the abusive people around him to remember him forever. And he planned his death on Christmas Day. No accident, same stars. Stars don't lie, my friend. They just don't lie. Click on the link and you can read all the detail of this traumatic experience in my life, because I was very close to Larry. Click on the evil of suicide. Under it, you will read, yes, a true Scorpio dragon settled tail does not fear death and will plan anything and everything to punish everyone around them. And this dramatic story confirms my claim that, again, the stars do not lie. Every single human being becomes vulnerable during a plutonic window in conjunction with a personal unlucky cosmic birhythm, which happens to be my latest discovery in divine astrology. Yet, the rest of the world do not know. Only certain select, very, very highly advanced spiritual students of mine get those golden truth. All right, now, my biggest dilemma, in fact, is to make normal people like you aware that both Larry and Anthony Quinn were victims. Okay, they were victims before being sought as lost suicidal soul, okay, or even criminals. As millions of people from all walks of life, okay, are reptilians infected and suffer heavy depressions, be sure, be certain, my good friend, that it is just a matter of time. And the next drama will be induced by another crazy lost soul, another mass murderer. And be sure, be absolutely sure, as I am, that it will take place during one of my future SOS to the world plutonic deadly window. Now, a plutonic window is all about death, drama, terrorism, rebirth, wake-up calls, sex, secret, anything to do with Russia, China, and it's indeed the most dangerous of all, because that's where the reptilians reside, on Pluto. Okay, plutonic window. A Uranic window is all about earthquakes, surprise, shocking you. If you're looking for UFO, that's the time to go, okay? Follow some rules, gold, no metal, okay? News about children, cosmic news, NASA, technology, and anything to do with big surprise and the very old and the very new discoveries, etc. is what will take place during those Uranic windows. A Moonic window is a bit different. It's all about starting a new portion of your life. It's the end of life. Sad enough, under one of these windows, I've lost my mother, God bless her soul, and David I got stuck in LA, couldn't go back to Australia. Thus, millions of people waiting for him in Australia have experienced my prediction. It was a new ending for them. Okay, so new business, family, real estate matter, launching new endeavors, etc. is happening under a Moonic window. There is more to it, but just to give you an end. Okay, so knowledge is power, ignorance is evil. That's what it comes down to it. Okay, 12/25, 2020. We are currently under this deadly window, and everything that happened with the police, drama, explosion, terrorism is in your face. Now, who is going to deny the obvious? Those who are mentally unevolved, jealous, insecure, those who have an inferiority, an insecurity complex, who don't like me, who don't like the veracity of my work, who are not smart enough to catch it. You know, idiots are everywhere, and nobody can fix idiocy. You understand that too. So in January, there are going to be another important beginning and ending of important phases of life, another shocking news ahead of you. So, you know, if you plan in accordance to God's cosmic design, you will save precious time. You will save a lot of money and even your life. Okay, so that is if you're curious enough to find out. Okay, okay. In fact, you can order the entire year 2021 SOS to the World Plutonic, Uranic, or Moonic daily window ahead of time, and plan your life around those cosmic winds, or simply be extremely careful because life doesn't stop. Okay. So if you want to know more, just email Taranya. I should give you more information and check your order. Whatever you need, just ask her. Oh, I want the entire SOS to the World deadly window because this is the most powerful ones. I need to have those. Okay, we're going to give you all this for the entire year. So if you're going to go to France, to Europe, if you need to go some places, you know, avoid those windows. Or if you have to, as I said earlier, life doesn't stop. The part of God in you is stronger than the stars. Your will, you can play in accordance to the stars. Be very, very careful because you could have been hanging around this bar in California where those 3 people were killed. Or you could have been hanging around this place where this suicidal guy blew up himself. Okay, remember, I don't predict anything. I'm just giving you a colors of the news. And I've done it repetitively, endlessly, including earthquakes. My window always enunciate earthquake at or above 6.0, and we had it. How many times I did it on radio, on television, on George Norrie, Katrina, my latest appearance in October, where I predict that death of so many animals because of fire. A week later, after the show, it happened. That's what the real prophet is all about. So, in the name of universal indoctrination, the religious, God-fearing Neptunians, pious souls, and the scientific matrix followers, I'm talking about the atheists and the educated idiots alike, control the media and all the information because they have organization and they have money. And they will never accept nor realize the fact that degenerated souls are everywhere around you. And they are all degenerated to the point where they are robots of their stars, which are manipulated by the reptilians. So these people are all infected. If you don't know about what is the Draconis, the good ones, or the reptilians, the bad one, you have the link, alien contactee. Click on it. Click on it. Okay? Listen. I've been there. It's not a light. It's not a walking. I am not of these UFO researchers who talk about UFO. I've never seen a UFO, let alone talk to Draco. Okay, that allow me to make readings so accurate that all my clients are going berserk when I'm doing reading for them, because I know more than they know themselves. So watch that movie and then give me some stars. This movie was generated for all the lost, infected souls out there, but they are so ingrained into negativity that they are slaving for the dark force and for the reptilians. And what is really, really bad, they're totally oblivious of what I'm talking about. And they are going to least, they're going to be the least people to reach the rope I'm throwing at them. Irrecuperable. That's what it is. All right, so I'll click on the 5 stars there. Give me your feedback. I'll answer you. But what is really, really astonishing to me is the fact that a month earlier, in the Cosmic Code private website, 30 days ago, and also on December 23rd, when I made my video and made that newsletter, December 24, SOS to the World, Plutonic Deadly Window, you've been warned by Dr. Turi. I wanted the entire world. And it's sad. It's sad because, you know, those who could really help me to offer real and repetitive warning now and for 2021, talking about coast to coast, of course, and my friends. And in the process of a hell of a lot of lives, they have decided to ignore me because my predictions do not fit their personal agenda. That's what it comes down to it. So click on a link that says, watch this video first, where I explain what happened on election night with prophet wannabe Mr. John Hogue. Now, the scepter that I'm going to read was taken from the Stars and Fates of President Joe Biden in the US, SOS to the World, 11/14/2020. Okay. You know what? It's amazing. John Hogue, presidential prediction on Coast to Coast, 10 p.m. to midnight Monday, the night before the election day. Will Hogue predict the popular vote winner at 14th time in a row since 1968? And the unpopular vote winner too? Are you joking? What are the odds, okay, for him, or anybody for that matter, to make a wrong prediction about Trump re-election that night when the news media, on the radio, all the magazine, newspaper, on planet Earth depicted that steady tipping numbers going down steadily? This was the easiest, most obvious prediction anyone watching TV that night could have guessed correctly about the president losing the election. Now you may understand why Hogue waited months to make this prediction on Coast to Coast, my good friend. He had the opportunity to make that very specific prediction months ago. In fact, on July 28th, when he was invited during his appearance on George's show, but he did not. And it's not like me. He's not going to put the green where his mouth is. Now, that's out of question with Mr. Hogue. He'd rather wait the night before when all the news media made that obvious predictions for him. The reason why he did not commit that night is because he did not know, and he would never take a real chance with his bull astrology. He also wrongly thought that Susan Rice would be his running mate. Well, was wrong that one too. So July 28, 2020, Og didn't make a firm prediction yet on the outcome of the American presidential election. He is waiting to see who Biden will pick as his running mate. And again, he thought wrongly that Susan Rice would be a good candidate. Meantime, on October 9th, 2020, Tom George, producers, asking me to go back on Coast to Coast. Yet he insisted on me not to talk about Trump's election politics and not to mention anything about COVID-19. And you can read our email exchanges where I will told him I won't do anything of this nature. I will talk about my last 2 abduction. I will make some, predictions that, will make sense. And I had a way of bypassing bias. I had a way to bypass that and give solid predictions my way without hurting anybody. Now, providing I would have been allowed to make a real prediction about the election or COVID-19 shortly after October 9th, 2020, when Tom emailed me. Okay, no, when I made the Australia fire animals prediction, I would have assured Tom and George that they would not be able to engage with the public and sing and dance, like they always did for another year or so. And Trump would never, ever be elected because the stars don't support his election. And COVID-19 was going to get out of order, or the promises dance of evil offered to all my followers on YouTube channel for months. Now, do you think Tom or George wants to hear that? Of course not. Now, I made some predictions last time I was on Coast to Coast on October 16, 2019, over a year ago. And you can go and click on the site and read, okay? I said that political event and relationship will go downhill and that there will be a full restructure of many groups. We're talking about Antifa, an institution, the police, the Supreme Court of the United States. He also said that he's expecting a lot of fire and a lot of wildlife to disappear. 1 week later or so, bam, goes to California, Australia fire, killing a hell of a lot of wildlife. Dr. Turi did it again, like I did with Katrina and many, many other radio shows. Thanks to you, all of you guys who have invited me, making, sure prediction of earthquakes, etc. To the point, as I said earlier, he brought the FBI in my house, 9/11, etc. The reality is Tom and George have future traveling plan involving hoax and wanted to protect his ass and his predictive integrity, including his good name. And they waited as long as they could to make sure he would be right. Again, only an idiot that night would have made the wrong prediction that Trump said he would win. No. And this is exactly what Og did. Okay. There is absolutely no trust, no value in his predictive gift, but endless rambling about modern astrology. They certainly didn't want me to be in the air after his appearance on Coast to Coast, offering a very different but accurate set of predictions, something that would surely ruin his prophet image. They can't do that. You cannot have a real Dr. Turi, either before or after Og. No way, no way. It has to be cast aside. That's what you get. It's business. I understand. It's business. It's life. Okay? It's something that insecure people do. People who cannot handle the truth. People who don't want to hear the truth. That's what we do. We're humans. Okay? Until you land on Dr. Turi, and then you have this half French and half Sicilian inside. They ain't gonna let you get away with anything. If you do something wrong to me, you better be prepared. You better be prepared. Intellectually and emotionally and psychically. Okay? I'm not telling you everything. This is sad because since October 9th, 2020, the day I was invited to appear on Coast to Coast, I was ready, intelligently to pass on my vision. And again, Tom, and for good business reasons, you heard me earlier, never email Terania or me with a specific date to talk to George on his show. I'm not sure if George actually is aware of what's going on, but I spared him all the detail, knowing he is like thousands of other people on my authorized mailing list. Hell of a lot of people getting my mail, including all the stuff at coast to coast. So if you got to report me, don't worry about reporting me because they read my email, they watch my videos. Instead, you should point out the truth that if you're balls, that if you're real like Dr. Turi, okay? All right. Now, you can also check the prediction I made for George and for Tom Deinheiser on September 6, 2020. That's where I knew I was hanging myself with coast to coast. But you know what? I tell you again, my integrity, my name, and the truth before my career. That's what you get with Dr. Turi, and that is honorable. Then on Christmas night, a couple nights ago, George emailed me wondering about the bashing, and Tom did the same moment later. I kind of explained it why. You know what? You guys invite me, I advertise everywhere we're going to be in the air. The next thing you know, it doesn't happen. People think I'm making things up. You let all my people that trust me down. You let me down. No good. And as expected, no response. Okay. You know, again, I'm okay if Tom and George are letting me down. Told you earlier, life is a constant process of change where friends sometimes becomes enemies. Even my close friends, because of the political situation, they're looking at me weird. Well, they heard that a lunatic on Coast to Coast who said his prediction again, okay, somebody who is psychic, somebody who is a prophet, like John Holt, who said that, you know, President Trump will be running again for another 4 years. My God, what's going on? Where is critical thinking? Where is logic when you have it all in your face? When I tell you Trump was born with the tail of the dragon in Sagittarius, he's incredibly unlucky with the law. How many times? 50 times? Another one? 50 times? He's on Attorney General. Quit, for God's sake. Born with the tail of the dragon in Sagittarius means that he's not lucky with education, college, university. That's why your kids are not going to go to college, because he's stars. Remember, you elect a president, you have to suffer his stars. Don't you think coast to coast audience deserve to know this fact? Sagittarius rules wildlife. Trump is the only president who doesn't have a dog, who doesn't care about nature, but peseta. You have elected a double-faced liar Gemini, which confuse everything, divide everything, because Gemini is all about 2, 4, 6, 9, and 8. I'd say 6, 8. Sorry. And people just wanted to hang me because they think I'm a Democrat or a Republican, whatever, or an independent. No, I'm a freaking astrologer. I deal with the stars. Okay? Now, the head of the dragon is in Gemini. I heard George asking, man, God, why do we talk about Trump all the time? What's going on? Stop now. Stop. Enough. Mr. Tom and Mr. George, okay, it's because your president is a Gemini, like you, George, a messengers of the God, a talking head, okay? And the head of the dragon in 2020 is Gemini. That's 2 Gemini. And that means every radio, every television, every magazine, every newspaper, everybody is responding to the pull of the stars and talk blah, 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 night and day about Trump. Once he exits, okay, and the new elected president, by the will of the people, okay, becomes in power in January, his dragon won't be as powerful. So the virus that is subconsciously, by creating a wall, okay, and putting America in a box, that virus will be becoming slowly and slowly weaker and weaker, but not before doing a lot of damage. Okay? That's where we are now. Don't judge me. Don't kill the messenger for helping you to grow up psychically and become a better human being, a smarter human being, and realize the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of the thought. Get your ass out of your conspiracy bull, okay? Face the fact. The fact is we, the people, the will of the people, have elected President Biden. Now, Biden is a Scorpio. Oh, we are electing a Scorpio. Scorpio is all about death, drama, and rebirth. Exactly where America is. Talking about America, July 4, 1776. America is a Cancer country. Food. That's why we have so many vast plains. Enough room to build, to make food for the entire world. That's why American dies of the fork. Too much food, America. Okay? Now you count 6. July, August, September, October, November, December. The tail of the dragon, of the universal dragon in Sagittarius, and the dragon of Trump, both are in Sagittarius, in the 6th house. What is the 6th house? This is the house of work. America don't work. This is the house of health. America is sick. COVID-19. This is how you read the stars, Mr. Hogue. Maybe you guys should take time to read The Power of the Dragon and find out what is your natal dragon, your family, your brother, your sister, your kid, your mom, your dad's dragon, and see why they do things as they do. Because you are connected to your family genetically only. Again, you may look like them 150%, okay, genetically, but in the world of the spirit, they are your biggest strangers. None of this family member will think, behave, or create like you, because they don't have the same UCI. They were not born at the same time, at the same place, with the same stars. Their unique celestial identity is totally different. And unless we bring that together, unless we bring that astrology, that divine astrology, where it belongs, where it used to be in our college university and used by all the wise men of the past, the disappeared civilization, unless we bring this back, humanity will infringe God's will. Humanity will never know that God speaks through the signs. And he did not make the planet and the sign just for the sake of beauty. He gave them to us for interpretation so that we may lead a safer, more productive life. This is why I gave you these windows. And next thing you know, I warn you, crazy lunatic will kill people. Next thing you know, bang, there goes the explosion. And some people get killed in California and death left and right. When are you going to wake up to reality and realize Dr. Turi is real? And I'm not saying this, yeah, only me, I'm the best. Now, if you think this way, it's because you have an inferiority complex. Take it, accept it, deal with it, grow up. I'm real. I prove it to you all the time. And if you can't catch it, it's because you're a moron. Because with all the explanation I gave you, obvious keywords, quatrain, repetitive dates for earthquakes, etc., on coast to coast, in every radio station, in all my newsletters, in all my YouTube video. If you can't get it, nothing I can do for you. So go and watch those, very, very interesting video on TikTok, because that's all what your brain is able to grasp. To all the rest of you who have been supporting me and helping me over the years, and even now, I have a hell of a lot of great supporters. I want to thank you, because you're part of the light. You're a part of the sunlight offered and directed by the Draconis, the good group of extraterrestrials that help you to create, to be a better person, to be smarter, wiser, intuitive. You're part of the positive energy. You're not part of the dark, the reptilian infestation, dark matter, idiocy, death, drama, chaos. You're not part of that. You're a good human being, and you are in preparation for the new age of Aquarius, which is slowly but surely bringing the reality of our space brother a reality. Okay? So all I'm trying to tell you, thank you. And Turi and I will take the time to wish you a very, very beautiful, fantastic new year. And it starts on the note of truth, because you cannot and you should not expect less than the undiluted, vexing truth from Dr. Turi or anyone out there who has integrity. All right, what are you going to do now? like I always do. You see this? We have symbols here. We have symbols. And I am going to pick a card that is going to detect the energy that we are talking about today. We have the Queen of the Mind, the Imperatrice. She's just asking all of you to look above your head, above your crown, your brain, understand the cosmic code, see how God speaks to us through the stars, okay? And regain the power. Because like I said on George Norrie TV show many years ago, you know, we only have 50 years left if we don't bring back this supreme cosmic wisdom or Jesus' initial cosmic ministry to where it belongs in our college university. Because people get depressed, they get crazy, they degenerate. Two very specific reasons. They're very unhappy and they become infected. They use legal or illegal drugs. They believe that pot is good for your head, for your ass, God knows what. Never did pot in my life, never will. I did it by accident. But I'm still a human being. I still have my weakness, my sins and virtue, like every one of you. So that's basically the message I want to finish the year 2020, an ugly year that we have to leave behind. But meantime, this year has also been a great opportunity for all of us to realize how important it is to hug someone, to get close to your friend, to high five someone when you're happy. And right now, all this nasty negative energy is the product of what we have created, the product of the thought of racist, the thought of negative people who want to confine America into a block, into a case, into a bag. You don't need a wall, Mr. President. We have COVID-19. Thank you very much. But as you exit, that's going to change. Another year, a year and a half, maybe. That's going to go. Remember the Spanish virus? It took place under the same exact dragon. But that is me to know and you to find out. If you're not cosmic conscious, means nothing. It means a lot to me because it's the real answers to where we're going through. And we're going to win it. And we're going to be just fine. And everything will be back normal. Don't believe again those conspiracy head out there who's telling you we're going to live with this deadly virus forever. I trust science. I understand that the great, beautiful draconists are stimulating the mind of other scientists who create a remedy for the evil that was created by other scientists in China. So I have hopes. Remember, the part of God in you is much stronger than the stars. So let's finish this year knowing that you have learned, I have learned. It's been a very, very, very difficult year for a lot of people. But at the same time, it opened door great blessings, at least to the Turi family, with 2 new movies on Amazon Prime and another one coming up. And an endless chain of people needing regeneration to survive. And me doing my best and my wife working night and day, trying to fulfill all those orders. So be patient if you order something. And be smart. Put your hand on the 2021 Nostradamus Dragon forecast while you're waiting for your reading. That will help you a lot to digest what we're going to be talking about when I see you face to face on Zoom. And be prepared. Be prepared. Because Draco is not yellow. He's like me. Honest, direct, and real. All right, my good friend. One more time, I will take this opportunity to thank all of you for listening to that video. God bless you. Wear your mask. Wash your hand. Keep your distance. And have a wonderful, extraordinary New Year 2021. Bye-bye.